The Block Island Sound is a film that refuses to fall into any particular category, preferring to embrace elements of various genres to unravel its mysterious narrative. I think it's safe, however, to place this film somewhere within the horror realm, as it evokes feelings of uneasiness, foreboding, and fear. However, don't go into this movie with an appetite for gore, jump scares, or some sort of Michael Myers type bad guy, because it isn't that kind of film. In fact, The Block Island Sound will likely split audiences, with some appreciating its nuances and simmering dread, while others will simply find it boring. The Block Island Sound opens with Tom, played by Neville Archibald, a fisherman who has seemingly blacked out and awoken disheveled on his boat, which is in a disarray just off of Block Island, on the eastern coast of the U.S. Confused and shaken up, Tom notices that his dog is missing and sees his leash dangling off the side of the boat. He heads back home, but cannot shake what happened to him. As the blackouts continue, Tom's son Harry, played by Chris Sheffield, becomes concerned that his ailing father may have dementia. Soon, others around town are experiencing strange phenomena and conspiracy theories run amok, spouted predominantly by Dale, played by the always awesome Jim Cummings. Whatever it is that's happening in the wildlife around Block Island, it's enough to have the Environmental Protection Agency sent down to investigate, and it just so happens that Harry's sister Audrey works for them. By the way, Audrey is played by Michaela McManus, who happens to be the real-life sister of the filmmakers behind the Block Island Sound, Kevin and Matthew McManus. Audrey and her daughter Emily, played by Matilda Lawler, who are from the Rhode Island mainland, stay with Harry and their ailing father on Block Island, though the siblings' relationship has been strained since the death of their mother. It is this sister-brother bond that is the heart of the film, one that feels sincere and lived in. It's with this family dynamic at play that Harry and Audrey must figure out not only what is happening with their own father, but what's been causing the bizarre occurrences on the island. Eventually, they begin to realize that it may be something far more sinister than some environmental phenomenon. The film was written and directed by Kevin and Matthew McManus, identical twins known together as the McManus brothers. And it is only their second feature and first in nearly a decade since 2012's Funeral Kings. Since then, they have also worked as producers on the TV series American Vandal and Cobra Kai, as well as the 2015 horror film 13 Cameras, which featured Archibald in the lead role. Their latest feature, which was largely shot on location by the way, was actually filmed back in the spring of 2018 and premiered at the Fantasia International Film Festival in Montreal more than 2 years later. According to the brothers who grew up in Rhode Island, the skeleton of the Block Island Sound was conceived years ago when they were making a zombie short back in college. It eventually morphed into what it is today, which is a tense and hair-raising film that explores our responses to real-world threats like isolation and loss of one's sanity. It uses these reactions to develop believable characters and to reinforce an ongoing sense of terror, optimized by solid performances and filmmakers who utilize their low budget to come up with one of the best horror features of the year so far. The film is certainly not perfect, of course. One of its biggest shortfalls, in my opinion, is the brief appearance of Ryan O'Flanagan's character Paul, which enters horror movie trope territory. I think the film would have benefited from omitting that entire segment from the final cut. Other than a few other subtle flaws here and there, The Block Island Sound is an overall solid film that deserved a large audience. Thanks to being picked up by Netflix this year, it will get just that. I'd give The Block Island Sound 4 out of 5 stars. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my review. If you did, please feel free to like and subscribe. Take care.